Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called The Notorious Cleopatra, 1970, the year that I was born. I'm giving this 5 out of 5 stars. This is going to be another one of those so good that it. So, Alright, let me start over. This is going to be one of those so bad that it's good movies. Another one of those. I'm a little sleepy. I got about 5.5 hours of sleep last night. I tried to take naps in between during, or afterward, I should say. I try to take naps during my work breaks. Before I picked him up, after I got off work, tried to take another one, and then my phone rang. Nobody was at the other end. So I'm a little groggy. I apologize for that. Anyways, now I know where they got the idea for Caligula. There's even a little bit of gore at the end. A little surprising. It's got terrible music, terrible acting, and that combination. Well, and the whole weirdness of the thing. Those three elements made me really enjoy this movie. I thought I was going to give it a lukewarm 3 out of 5 stars when I got about halfway through it. But it does have many attractive women, full frontal. That's got the simulated dry humping nonsense. That's pretty much a trademark of box off box office international films. Uh, this one is no exception. If you've seen Country Cousins, you know what I mean. Um, the women in this one are more attractive to me than Country Cousins, although uh, the can't think of her name, but main actress in Country Cousins was pretty attractive to me, even though she was white. Uh, Maybe her name will come to me. I'm just really tired right now. And, she was also in Necromania, I think, but my memory's not too good due to lack of sleep deprivation. So, getting back to the movies, so it starts out with Julius Caesar as a fat slob, drunken idiot. He's constantly falling over backwards, things like that from drinking too much wine and whatnot, or just being plain clumsy, or both. And he tells Mark Anthony to go see Cleopatra. For some reason, I can't remember. Oh, to bring her back to him, I think. And so Mark Anthony goes to see Cleopatra, who's black. She looks nothing like Elizabeth Taylor. Let's put it that way. And she's very attractive. She woos Mark Anthony, and then Mark Anthony takes off back to Rome. Cleopatra follows him. She gets locked up in the rat-infested hole. There's some lesbian foo and orgies and stuff. And Cleopatra woos the Julius Caesar. not sure why Cicero is Julius Caesar's servant. I thought he was like a senator or something, a Republican guy. But don't let historical facts get in the way of a bad movie, I guess. The music is just so bizarre. It's just if you're not into this kind of movies, you're going to find it annoying. But I found it amusing because it's quite noisy and disjointed, kind of like the college radio that I used to listen to back in the early '90s. My son absolutely despises that kind of stuff, but the music stuff, but or so-called music, it sounds really noisy and disjointed, like I said. So there's that, and so Mark Antony plots with Brutus and a couple other senators to murder Julius Caesar and to free Rome from the debauchery that's going on. Rather long scenes throughout the movie, which is not a bad thing. There are a few good-looking, exotic women amongst the white women in this one, and so could really keep your eyes peeled when the camera is panning around the room where Julius Caesar is getting drunk and engaging in the debauchery there. It's not hardcore like Caligula, but it's more like a softcore scene, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, it's if you've seen box office international films, you know what to expect in this one. It's Harry L. Novak, and uses pretty much the same formula in each movie. But to me, the women are more attractive, and the music is just weird. And it's supposed to be a comedy, unlike Caligula. Again, so I guess you can't really say that Caligula is a rip-off on this, but they definitely borrowed on some ideas. I think it's probably half rip-off, like William Castle trying to emulate Alfred Hitchcock, some of his in his slasher movie, trying to imitate Psycho somewhat, not 100%, but maybe 50%. It's kind of like that. And so getting back to the plot, or lack thereof, I guess. There's no plot in this pretend story, I guess you call it. The drunken emperor doesn't even remember the previous night. Mark Antony conspires to murder the emperor. He gets accused of treason. He runs off back to Egypt. And everything happens really fast. He comes back to Cleopatra, but her lesbian servant, who's white, she threatens to throw Mark Antony in the rat-infested dungeon that's even worse than the Roman one. He fights back against the guards, and then Cleopatra appears, and they reconcile. And then everything happens really fast. I mean, the Roman army sends a fleet out. Mark Antony takes over the Egyptian fleet to try to fight back, and a couple of Roman guys go back there to loot Cleopatra's palace and to rape her also. So that's about it. I don't want to spoil too much of the ending, but pretty cool ending. And this movie kind of surprised me. I was expecting something worse. I mean, it gets really bad reviews. I think it gets a 4 or 5 rating on IMDb. I can't remember, but pretty cool little flick. Highly recommended. Check it out. I'll post the movie in the description box so you can watch it for free. It was uploaded recently, but it's got over 100,000 views already. So I don't think YouTube's going to take it down anytime soon. Anyway, that's the end of my review. Laters.